Hi, welcome back to Mr. C's e-bike. Today we're going to see if my new 53 tooth sprocket is going to fit on the front of my bike, the H8. And people are telling me that the 52 tooth wouldn't fit. So I figured I'll go one more. And I don't think this is going to fit. But I bought the one, as you might be able to tell, some of these bolts are missing. I bought one that I knew I could change around with the chain rings that I know the inner one's not going to fit. But before we get into that, I figured before I get going and start making the video, I'll get everything loosened up so it'll go nice and smooth when I go to make the video. So I take my removal tool and I thread it down into here, and I start cranking it down to remove it, cranking it down, and it gets harder, it gets harder, it gets harder. And I'm like, man, that shouldn't be that tight. I don't know what's going on. And all of a sudden, it popped. And I thought it came off. What it was is my tool ripped every single thread out from the crank. So now I got no way to remove the crank. So when I go to do the video, and I'm glad I wasn't recording, because if you're old enough to remember the Samsonite luggage commercial with the gorilla, it quickly devolved into that. And that's not the right way to do it. So we'll get into it. But first, I want to show you, here's what came off. And here's what we're putting on. And today it's cloudy. It's starting to rain a little bit, so I probably won't get to ride it, but I'll be able to get it on there, show you what you have to do to make it fit, if it fits right away, and whatever you got to do. All right, one of the first things I'm doing is putting a little anti-seize on there, in case I got to get it off in the future. It doesn't want to glue itself together. All right. And got to get this out of the way. Trying to work around the camera. All right. Did you start putting this on? And right off the bat, if you can see it, it's not going to fit, because it's got a little ways left to go on, and it's already right there. So, all right, first off, you got to look and see what's actually holding this together. I already pulled it apart somewhat. And you've got the bolt and the sleeve that takes up the space. And then you've got a spacer that keeps the parts separate. All right. So what I did, see, it was plate, it was flat onto the spider. And then on the other side, it's got the sprocket flat onto the spider. And then it's got a little spacer down in here that keeps the second chain guide from being too close to the sprocket. So what I did, or am going to do, is take all of these out. Making sure not to drop anything. And these are all the tools I needed. I needed the crank arm puller, chain breaker, and Allen wrenches. And that was pretty much it. Oh, pedal wrench. What I'm doing is going to move everything out. This is the reason I bought this sprocket, or this gear and sprocket and crank arm set. It's because it's got mounting points on the outside with the flat. I don't know if you can see it. And on the inside. So I'm going to take everything and I'm going to put it right on the outside. So first I put the sprocket on, then I'll put the spacer on, and then I'm going to put both of the chain guides on. And that's not because I need them, but because the spacer, or this, if I don't, the bolts won't tighten down. I could go in and grind them down or whatever, but I'm not sure what this is going to turn out being yet, because this still might not work right. You want to leave it a little bit loose so you can keep putting these spacers in. See, and that's sprocket, spacer, chain guide, chain guide. And I say I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, because if this works, but only for high speed, and I don't have a low enough gear for like when I'm out in the sand, I may put another small gear on the inside, but I'm not going to run it with a derailleur. I'm just going to, if I need to, I'll have this gear set, and I'll come and pop the chain off and put the other gear set on. Oh, it's over there. And I think the easiest way is to throw the spacer in there. Then, I don't know what we want to call it, the thread. And then put the bolt in. So if you put the spacer on the bolt in, it's hard to get that spacer up in there. And if this works out fine just like this, I'll just grind the tube with the threads in it out or down and make it the right size. But if I want to put another sprocket in there, I think I can just take off the... No, I can't. I'll have to buy a longer set, I guess. I was thinking I could just take one thing off and put one thing on, but no, that would leave the two sprockets bolted and pushed right together. And sorry if my lighting's a little off. Told you it's chance of rain today, So it's cloudy outside. The sun is where I get most of my light. All right. Now we can start tightening everything down. You just got to make sure that sprocket stays where it's supposed to. Sorry, I'm putting it together, not even thinking about where the camera is. All right, the last time around, hopefully. I'm skipping every one, but I think that's more because I'm used to motor work. I don't think it matters at all here. It's not going to help seat the sprocket. It's just way too big of an area. If it's not in there, it's not in there. All right, back to the bike. All right, and I got the chain back here out of the way. Just make sure you don't put it facing the same way as the other one. And yes, you have to change both sides, even though they're the same length and the same color and whatever. Because I put this on here, and this sprocket was going this way, crank arm was going this way, and the other one was going like this way. Because the holes in there are the same size, but they're not cut in the same orientation. Is there enough room? After you put cranks on like this, with the little Allen wrench thing, make sure you bring that size Allen wrench with you for, the next week or 100 miles or whatever. And as you can hear, that's not hitting anymore. That got not quite a finger's, well, yeah, I could fit my pinky in there, just barely. Now, throw the chain on. Bam. The only thing is, look at where that derailleur's sitting. It should be back here. I've got a new chain coming because it looks like it'll probably run pretty straight. It's not even going to want to shift. Yeah, that's the only gear I got now. So, this video is going to wait until I get a longer chain. Should be coming tomorrow, but it'll be too late to start the video. So, that's it. See, I knew it was going to be too tight, but I thought it would still shift. I mean, I might be able to mess with it and get it to shift now, but then I'll just have to mess with it again to get it to shift when I get the new chain. So I'm just going to wait on that. I'm just so you can see again. That's what I took off or put on. I have no idea why they even put this thing on here. Well, I do because it was cheap, but so I don't think I'm gonna post just this. Maybe I'll post it as a teaser, but I will finish up the video in a couple of days when I get the chain. And then maybe in a couple more days when I get the smaller sprocket. So either way, keep watching, like, subscribe, leave me a comment. And on that, when I was talking about the giveaways, if you guys want to start commenting down below giveaway, so I know you're interested, and people who aren't subscribed, subscribe, and then comment giveaway. And that's it. So stay tuned.